friends, it's Brittany Valadez. I want to thank you for checking out this video where I had a chance to interview Lee Strobel via phone about his new movie, The Case for Christ. Now, Lee was an award-winning journalist at the Chicago Tribune where he was an atheist and his wife is an agnostic. One day, she decided to become a Christian, so he wanted to disprove this cult by attacking the core of the Christian faith. Now that is the crucifixion and resurrection of Jesus Christ. In his mind, if he could disprove this, he could disprove this entire religion as false. So he set out on a 2-year journey, and his discoveries came to be the book, The Case for Christ. Now, there is a movie coming out called The Case for Christ on April 7th. I had a chance to get 4 of these books, 4 of the brand new books from the movie, for you guys, signed by him and his wife. I'm going to be giving them away here on my YouTube channel. All you have to do is subscribe by going to the end of this video, clicking on my face, subscribe, and then leaving a comment on any one of these videos below. I'm going to be giving 2 books away this week and 2 books away next week. Woo! I know, I'm excited myself. Okay, so if you guys are wondering about this movie and if you should check it out, if you're a Christian, you'll definitely want to check it out. If you're maybe a backslid a little bit, or if you are another faith, but you don't really, you're kind of like trying to figure out if you want to be a Christian, or if you just think Christians are ridiculous and a waste of time, then you should definitely check out this movie. Why? Because if you like reason, common sense, and facts, then this movie is for you. Can you give us a little backstory about yourself personally?
Yeah, well, I was an atheist for much of my life. My background's in journalism and law, and I just thought the idea of an all-loving, all-powerful creator of the universe was crazy. So I became an atheist at a young age and lived a lifestyle reflective of that. My wife was agnostic, and we met when we were young, 14 years old, and we were childhood sweethearts, and had a pretty happy marriage until a neighbor brought Leslie to church, and Leslie came to faith in Jesus, which I thought was going to be the end of our marriage, because I didn't want to be married to a Christian. I was hostile toward Christianity. I felt like she was cheating on me with another man, with Jesus, and she was all of a sudden, loving this guy, and what's this all about? And so I had a lot of anger and hostility toward it. And but it was really over time the positive changes in her character and values that really encouraged me to take my journalism training and my legal training and investigate, is there any credibility to Christianity? And part of my motivation was to get her out of this cult that she was involved in by disproving all this stuff. What I found over a 2-year investigation is that Christianity is an investigatable faith. It invites investigation. And that as you look at the evidence of history and the resurrection of Jesus, I just found the evidence to be very compelling, that he not only lived, he not only claimed to be the Son of God, but he backed up that claim by returning from the dead. And so based on that, having become convinced of the truth of that, I repented, received Jesus as my forgiver and leader, and my life, as my wife's did, began to change. So the movie really is not just it's not a documentary. It's not something that just looks at the evidence that I discovered during my investigation, although the evidence is in the film. It really is a love story. It's a story of a marriage. It's a story of a marriage almost torn apart by spiritual conflict. It's a story of a father and a son, because I had a very difficult relationship with my dad, and often those kind of relationships can push a person toward atheism, as Freud pointed out. And so there are sometimes psychological reasons that people take an atheistic position. So it's a movie on a lot of different levels. It has a great cast. Faye Dunaway, the Academy Award winner, is in it. We have L. Scott Caldwell, who won the Tony Award for the Best Actress on Broadway. Robert Forster, who's an Academy Award nominee. So it's just a terrific cast, terrific script by Brian Bird. To try to make this it's not a documentary. It's not just here's a bunch of facts, but it's a story that I think it will intrigue people and captivate them. I think everybody will identify with one character or the other, and go on this journey toward trying to discover the truth about the faith.